Hello you guys, and welcome to another bullet journal video slash reading journal video from me. Today I'm going to be doing my June plan with me, and I thought I'd start it off by showing you guys how May's plan with me went and show you the completely filled in as of time of filming version of my bullet journal so you guys can see the changes that I made and why based off of what worked and what didn't. So starting off with May, I did a like orange and gray type theme. My original calendar didn't really change much. I didn't really add or take anything away. I just left it the way it was because nothing else came up or anything like that. Here are my trackers. As you can see, my sleep tracker, I was very consistent in filling in, and like the difference between sleep is just because I work shift work during the summer. So like, for example, the first bit of the month I was on days, second half I was on nights. So that's why it looks so weird. But I like seeing how much sleep I actually get and like corresponding it to how I was feeling that day. Up on my other trackers, I like this spread, but you'll see in the June version I did change it a little bit just because it seemed a little cluttered this way. But as you can see, every time I completed a task for that day or completed a habit for that day, I filled it in with a little gray dot. The habits I need to work on the most are definitely not spending money, working out, but I'm taking that with a grain of salt because again I am working full time, so like on the days that I'm working it's really hard for me to work out, but anyway. And flossing, I need to get better at that again. Other than that, this worked out really well and I really enjoyed this spread. Here's my workout tracker and video planner. For the workout tracker, as you can see, I only really worked out on weekends, but I completed, like, I filled out what I did each day here. But I really like that, so I can keep track of what I've done recently and so that I don't like do the same muscle groups over and over and over again and actually get some variety. So this worked really well for me and I continued it on in June. As for my video planner, I again also really like this. It's a bit of a mess as you can tell, but I did make some changes to my uploading schedule, so that is why. I also brainstormed some videos for June here. Here's my currently reading list. As you can see, I read every book that I started in May except for Deathcaster. I still need to finish that up, but that's from April. I don't really want to take it to work because it's really, really big, so, and it's really heavy, but I might actually finish it this weekend. I don't know. You'll see it in a reading vlog if I do. And then here's my haul page, which is like, I decided to color code it after the fact and divide it between blue for pre-orders, green for purchases, and purple for gifts. As you can see, I purchased and pre-ordered quite a few in May / end of April, so it gives me like a really comprehensive list for when I do my haul videos, and like all of these were featured in my last haul video, which I'll leave a link to down below and a little card too right here if you guys are interested. These two pages I decided to not continue on in June, and I'll explain a little bit more why later, but I used them, but it seemed kind of repetitive, so I will be nixing them for June and seeing how that changes. Here's my daily pages vlog, which I think was really helpful and really like interesting to see, especially considering that some of these days that I read a lot were weekdays, some were weekends, and seeing which days I didn't read at all I thought was really interesting. And I love tracking how many pages I do actually read because it's really fascinating to me. And then this is my reading log, so this is where I recorded all the books that I did actually read plus their rating. As you can see, May was a very good month for reading. I only had 1 3-star read, and I think I had 4 5-star reads, which is pretty awesome. I really enjoyed quite a few books this month. I only had 1 reread and quite a few extra reads because I did the Sailor Moon-a-thon and Asian readathon. But I really like this. I think I might color code like rereads versus new reads next time, but I'm not sure. This was a little spread. I don't remember if I included it in my plan with me, but I decided to do a little summer 2019 bucket list page, which I'll keep referring to and like checking off as the summer goes on, but I did really enjoy it just to write down all the things that I really want to do. Quite a few of these I've actually got booked now, so exciting times. You'll see a lot of them in the reading vlogs because I'll only be doing them on the weekends. Next up was my progress for the Asian Readathon TBR, and I've completed all of my required reading except for the book, or the group book, because I couldn't find access to it. I found an audiobook version, but I'm not a huge audiobook fan, and I tried listening to it, but I couldn't really get through it, so I'm kind of sad about that. But I am really happy because I did read 1 extra book on my TBR, so I did read the required amount, just not the right books, unfortunately. This was my completed Sailor Moon-a-thon TBR, or spread I should say. I completed all the books on this spread. I did change a few of them to like correspond with the books that I was reading because I didn't think I was going to finish in time, but then it ended up being extended to the end of the month. But either way, I completed all my challenges and I tracked all my pages here. There are only a few days that I didn't read anything, so I think that's a bit of a success compared to my track record for readathons in the past. But yeah, that's it all fully filled out, and I think it looks so cute. And now we're moving on to June. So June's Plan With Me, I did it earlier this week, and I really like it. I did a kind of like sunflower theme yellow that you'll see later, just because honestly I was staring at my tattoo and I like was very inspired by the sunflowers. I'll put a picture in if I can remember. But I did choose yellow as the accent color, and I did the typical little wreath with a flower that I always do at the beginning of my month with a small little calendar, so I can see at a glance what the month looks like. Moving on to my monthly calendar, I did a different spread this time. Instead of doing the individual boxes, I decided to make it a bit more structured and do a full-blown calendar using my ruler, and I really like it. I think it looks much more clean and a little bit less cluttered, which I really enjoy. Some additions this month for my monthly planner is I added little doodles of sunflowers in the corners, which I really enjoyed, and I also put along the side a little guide as to whether I'm on days or night shifts, just so I can see it at a glance again as well. And I included a few little plans that I've got going on, including graduation, which is next Wednesday, which is insane. And I also added a little bit more to my goals along the side. I made it a little bit less just bookish. Or I think I did events last time, I actually don't even remember. But either way, these are the goals that I've decided to add along the side, and we'll see how they go. Next up, I changed not much in my sleep and habit trackers, but I did change a little bit. I decided to go for this like fun cursive font just because again it looked a little bit cleaner, and I really enjoyed it with the yellow. It just looks nice and crisp. But for the sleep tracker again, I've just got the days going down the along the vertical axis and the hours of the day along the top. I actually have to extend this a little bit more because I didn't take into account me being on night shift again, so I have to continue on and add a few extra hours just because I know I'll be sleeping later than noon every day or on night shift. And for the habit tracker, I decided to just do a little box for the habit, and then I marked off the end, or I marked off 15 boxes away from the end with a little doodle of half a sunflower, and I'm just going to put the dots, or yeah, my little gray dots, if I completed that habit, in the little grid markers without making the boxes, because I said last time it was a little bit cluttered, so I think this is going to work a little bit better. Next up again is my workout tracker and video planner. I didn't really change much in this except I made it a little bit smaller note section, and I filled out my video planner again, this time again with Mondays being vlog days and Fridays being video days. Next up is my daily pages log, same as before. Again, I changed the font to make it a little bit more simple, and I really enjoyed it. And I have it going up to 400 pages again because that's like, it's rare that I go over 400 pages in a day, but sometimes it happens, and that's great. And then here's my reading log. I decided to nix the currently reading and haul side just because it wasn't really working. It seemed a bit repetitive to me. So here's my reading log with where I'm going to track the books that I finished and their ratings. Finally, I am going to be participating in the Litha Witchathon this year, which is the 4th Witchathon I'll be participating in, hosted by Crescent Moon Reads, so I did a little spread for that. I copied the little cauldron that was on the Witchathon's Twitter account profile page, and I used a dark purple theme because I think it really goes with the rest of it. The group book that we're reading is Summer of Salt, which I've got written at the top, and then I put every prompt beside a little cauldron with a little space for me to write down which book I'm going to read. So I think this is a nice little way for me to track my Witchathon progress, and I thought it was really cute. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is my June plan with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought, if you guys bullet journal yourselves, any ideas for spreads, or if you enjoyed mine. If you're new here, please subscribe. I put out new reading vlogs every Monday and new bookish videos every Friday. thanks again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in our next video. Bye bye.